Hello, everybody. I will be starting in 2 minutes. Okay, let's go. So yesterday we did some new. Oh, sorry, I have here.
I love that shot. Wow, dude.
So this is original file. Sorry, I have to share it. Okay, yeah, this was original file.
I love that shot. Wow, dude.
And yesterday I did something similar, but today when I'm looking again at it, I'm not so convinced that it's okay. So one of the main reasons is that I have that motion that probably doesn't work really well, that it was a sinusoidal motion of the wings that was scripted. I think that they have used probably a less sinusoidal motion, but more like a linear motion, even if it's not probably correct, physically correct. But nevertheless, so I have changed my script a little bit. So you can see this was my original, where I was doing sign interpolation by, and what I'm doing right now, I will show you shortly. Yeah, you can see here, because sometimes all those this kind of mathematical formulas is difficult to understand when you're looking just at a code, and I needed something to visualize them, so I made a small shader with Amplifier Shader. I'll show you here. This is the shader. Yeah, this part is my original part of sine function that corresponds to this one. Okay, so I have written it in a shader code, in a shader graph, and here you can see how it behaves. So this is okay, this is a classical sine wave function. But if we want to transport it into a triangle function, I have made this another part of a shader code that is that corresponds to a to a triangle wave function. And what I'm doing actually here is just blending between both of those functions. So I can have, you know, I will be able to choose if I want to keep it more sine, like a sine wave, or more like a linear motion, like this. Of course, then I have moved everything into a where it is right now. I have moved everything into my flip-flop script, and this is actual formula that I'm using here for triangle interpolation. So, and interpolation will be based on this sine interpolation, triangle interpolation. Then I can just lerp between both of those, my values. So this is one of the things that I'm doing. Another thing that I have added here, because yesterday I was just looking at my video and just trying to match it, you know, like, okay, like this. But then I thought about maybe I could do some scripting and actually have a video playing here over my on my scene. Show you like this. So this script that I'm using here actually plays the video, and it let me show you here. It plays video directly on a timeline. It's practically retrieves frames on a timeline, and it can play this video as an overlay. So why I need this? I actually need this to position correctly and just to try to match a whole movement of a scene to this shot. So let me see here. So we have yeah, I didn't make any custom inspectors for this, but if I go here into my material, that is just yeah, I'll show you. Shader is something like this. So it takes just an image, and then it adds these possibilities to fade between both of those, and or actually to fade an image. So in this way I can just see it overlaid one over the other. I think that this will work pretty well. I might add something else here, but never mind. For a moment, I would say that this is pretty okay for me. And yeah, I can just crop, or I can just switch which side I want, or just to do something like this. So I will be practically editing here this motion. So we can see that my camera doesn't have correct motion, and I will be just doing it a little bit like this, going into my camera animation, going to first frame, and then just, yeah, I think that it should be, let me see, okay, yeah, before doing this, I will, one new functionality in Unity is great, that you can just open properties box, so it will just open this window as a separate window, and you can have it always like here without the actual need to to reopen always materials, for example. So I will be keeping this here, and then I can just drag and change my settings here without a need for any special new type of you know, like interface, creating some interface or something like that. So let's see. Let's of course, and another thing that I did, because I wasn't happy with how my model was, how the model that I bought was modeled. It didn't have any chamfer edges, so I have imported it into a Max and used, just added a little bit of chamfer here. You can see here this. And I'm planning right now to add some kind of a shader to it, but we will see how it goes. So let's see. I will be using here Amplify Shader, create new shader, standard surface. No, we have to put it here, shader, amplify surface shader. No, Amplify Shader, I will go here, HD, and then say lit. Let's call this hull shader. So I can just shortly I will show you actually why I want this shader to be. Create. Let me see here. Okay, let's create also material from this shader. Create material, and then I will be just looking at this mesh. Okay, this was a fuzz material. Okay, so I have this base. Okay, I will just be changing. No, I will actually assign it, hull shader, to this. And right now this shader doesn't do anything special, because it's just a basic material without any textures. First thing that I want to add here is the X. Okay. But operations. Okay, so we have ddx, ddy, and we can also use f width. That would be actually this. So if I drive this into my material, okay, yeah, and I will put here inside normals. So normal, vertex normal, okay, like this, and then guide it into this one. You will see that it practically creates this coloring around my where normals actually are like separated. So from this thing I can use all that data to create some more metallic part of a shader. So let's see. So f width, we can add here some. I'm not sure what is going f width. I never tried to put it 2 times, one after another, maybe. No, 2 times it doesn't work. Never mind. Just keep it, I will keep it like this. And then I will go to this desaturate, something like this. Fraction 1. I'm not sure how this works. Desaturate. Yeah, you can see right now that we have here right now everything a little bit more like whitish. And then let's put here some power node, so that we can just exponential. Let's see here, float. Yeah, everything what you see here can be done also in Unity shader graph, but as I'm using Amplify Shader for years, it's like, okay, so let's go now into my material and look what is going on here. Expose properties. You can see that I can just bring it down and a little bit up. I could also probably do something 1 minus. Let me just check what happens if I add here 1 minus. No, 1 minus doesn't. White became black. I'm not sure. Because I'm out of range. No, probably without using power. Let's do it like this. Use smooth step. Smooth step. So smooth step practically gives us possibility to create whites or blacks or things like that, and then create here float variable, float, and then I will add another add option. Okay, and then I will be adding here another float value. Let's call this fade, and this one step. Let's set this just for ease of use 0.1. Okay, something like that. Property, so that it's exposed the material. Okay, this also should be property. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing it. Never mind. I wasn't showing. So fade and step. So this practically gives me a possibility to choose where it switches from white to black and how it switches. So you can see something like that. So why I wanted to use this? I wanted to use it because in this way I can create here some kind of weird edges, like we can in the original file we can see it. You can see it here. There is a little bit more of a glow reflections on that one. So yeah, it gives me this this possibility, and it looks much better, I think. Next step here would be something like this. Okay, and right now I can just start inserting a little bit of my actual materials. So let's go into edit shader. Okay, so I will be using this smooth step. Let's convert this to, okay, we can use it like this, never mind. And then use lerp, set this to alpha, and then add some texture, and let's call it texture sample. No, texture object, okay. So call it main text. Oh my god, main text. And then add here sampler. Texture sample. Okay. So I will be inserting here our texture. That should be what was its name? Let me see. Okay, just expose this one. Compile, and let's just drag it inside. We had this fuzz base color. Okay. So right now we have two textures. One is this fuzz, and another is original texture. Let's move to the next step. That would be to drive this metallic value. I will just be copying this one. Yeah, here we can set this probably to, yeah, something like, no, let's set it to something like a little bit grayish. I'll be playing with that later. No, yeah, let me see it. Color, I will expose this one. Constant property, let's call this border color. And then we have here metallic, and we will have two values for metallic. One should be the one that the fuzz metallic. Okay, I will be using that one. I don't like it. Okay, and we can also use later. I will be using also this one. Ambient occlusion. No. So let's insert here float value, metal, one. Okay. Property. Then duplicate this one and set it to metal 2, so that we have two values. I should have set that they are sliders like this. Okay, so what I insert here. Okay. So if I go right now into my material, I should be able to change those metallic types. This should be more metallic, this less. Let's see our object here, and let's set right now also do the same thing for a smoothness value. Let's create another variable, duplicate. So let's call this specular one. Okay, even if it's not specular, but it's easier to write specular too. Okay, so I will be driving those right there inside. So you can see that I can just adjust both values. This is a speckle for one, okay, this is for metallic for another, specular for another. And I will be later playing a little bit with those values just to see what suits my needs best. Of course, we don't see anything here in our first node because I have to take this material here. How shader. Okay, and then assign to our other how shader. Okay, and to the first one also. So if we look right now into our objects, we can just how shader play with those values and see how does it behaves. Okay, fade step. Okay, and find some nice values too. Yeah, afterwards we can just add some kind of I could actually add also some kind of a noise, you know, but if we need it later. Okay, something like that. And then I will be taking also this mixed fuzz, okay, and then just multiplying this value with our ambient occlusion. Yeah, I think that it looks pretty much nicer. And also let's drive a little bit of this to metallic. Yeah, I don't know. No, let's set here add. No, let's multiply it. Multiply with our value of occlusion. Just to add some more like dirt. Okay. Hello, Gilubi. I don't know how to pronounce it. Hi, Claudio. Hi. Anomaly, yeah. VJ Anomaly. Okay, so yeah, we are there. I think that okay, yeah, I have to add also some normal map. So let's add this, but I'm not sure if there was some kind of normal even there. So this is a vamp, okay, yeah, take it like this. What I didn't see here is that my fuzz mixed ambient occlusion wasn't assigned. Okay, so yeah, this is when we assign it. I'm not sure if I. No, fuzz. Exit. Yeah. It should be okay. Let me see. Okay. Metallic 2. Okay, I'll bring it. Yeah, I'm just playing just to see how I can get those values to match, to look better, something like that. So yeah, this is a main thingy. And now we can just do a few other steps. Yeah, normal. I have to assign normal here. Fuzz, normal. Okay, let's see if that changes. It doesn't change anything practically, because I think that this normal is completely isn't even used. Yeah, you can see that there is practically nothing, just those small elements. Okay, so it's something that we don't even need, but yeah, well, let's keep it there. Okay, let's close this shader here, and we can try to set this crop something like this, and then first thing that I want to do here is actually turn no, let me see. I will be turning off all those copters. Just move them so they are grouped. I will be turning them off completely. And what I want now is just to match a little bit, actually a movement of a camera. So we have here our main camera, and if I open this animation, you will see that it looks like something like this. Then I can go into this, to this material and just see what is going on. So you can see that actually this camera has some kind of a movement. So I will be just watching on these things here, and then rotating my camera so that I match. You see, here it goes, here it moves horizontally. Okay, so I'll be just moving this camera a little bit horizontally. So this is just fine-tuning. Oh no, sorry, I'm moving the wrong camera. So I will be, you see, let's move it like this down, then yeah, something like that. It doesn't have to be a perfect, but I just want it to be matched more or less. So here we have to go a little bit more here up, and then move it like this. So I will be using this for a base of animation. Of course, a best way would be to just use some camera tracking, you know, but we don't want to do it right will be deleting this one. Okay. Yeah, something like that should work fine. And now let's go to a next step. Next one. Yeah, I will probably do this thing also, because you can see that my shader right now, it can't fade. You know, I can fade like this, but I actually want it to fade more as a real fade. So let's add it, this one a little bit. In this way, step, instead of step, I will be using this, I'll be using smooth step. So the difference is that step has minimum and maximum. This has two different values. So let's here add and then expose this value. How to call it? Skew smooth. Yeah, I'm not thinking about no. Float. Sorry, float. Smooth skew value. Okay. So this should be from 1 to 0.5, something like that. So let's see. Right now, I can just use this step here and just say skew smooth. No, I haven't exposed this value. Skew constant property. Okay, this should be okay. So when I go into this, you can see I can just smooth it out, so I can see better what is going on and have more control over what I want to do. Okay. But I lost. Okay, never mind. I lost a little bit of my fading, but never mind. It is okay for now. Smooth stuff, yeah. And yeah, let's try to play with this a little bit more. So right now what I have to do is to put my first one, and this should be that one, yeah. To put it position just to match original position. Of course, my objects aren't, you know, they aren't probably identical, but at least I can hear, yeah, I can just have some more control on how I'm putting them. Okay, so let me see, I will turn off this, and just to be sure that I'm putting everything on keyframes. Okay, let me see here. Crop. Switch it over. Okay, you can okay, so this one should be a little bit down so that I also match its tail. So just move it like this. So this is how would I call Poorsman tracking. Poorsman tracking. Poorsman tracking. Just move it here and something like that. It should be pretty okay. So from here on, as we have this animation, I will be just animating everything. Let's do first this thing. Just remove that first keyframe, then move this thing a little bit here. Because practically this camera tries to follow always the movement of this first airplane. So I will be just so even if it's wobbly, you know, like it's okay because it is flying. So here in this frame it goes up, it goes a little bit here and then, but it also rotates a little bit. So yeah, I'm just worried that this could more or less we are matched. Yeah, you can see right now because I have rotated this a little bit, so it of course here we got pretty crazy. So let's go to last frame. I hope that this can work, but I'm not sure actually. I have a little bit of worries about this, but never mind. Now we have to push it a little bit here. Something like that. Perfect. Okay, one is done. Let's go to another. Let's switch this to this side and then move this crop a little bit here. So we have a second one that we have to move. So this is the second one. You can see here this crop helps me to just to match it better. So let me see here. Yeah, this is the one. Activate this, go to first frame. Let's delete other frames. So I will be moving it again you can see that my actual was much smaller. No, but was much bigger than the actual one. So I will be just moving it around here and matching it more or less. Let's move again. So I will be moving it here. Okay. Okay, let's move it around here. And let's go to last frame and just set it to stay here. Tack, tack. So more or less we are okay. Yeah, there should be some kind of no, never mind. Okay, so let's go to a third one. We can disable this one. Yeah, this is a third one. Yeah, enable third one. Okay, and just try to match it because okay, my third one is there. So I think that I will just have to delete all those frames. Where is the third one? There, in the original. Okay, third one in original is completely in the background. So yes, let's move it. Something like that. Then let's actually see where it comes out. It actually comes out okay, in the background here. So I will be setting just this last frame here, so somewhere here. Okay, crop. Okay, so let's move it. Oh, why? What happened here? Oh my god. What? Was I animating the wrong one? Oh, what I did? I have added some keyframes where I shouldn't be adding. Oh my god, I have... Let's do Control Z. Oh, this was correct. I was animating the wrong timeline. So this one is this is the third one. No, third one is this. Okay, this one is the third one. So let's go here. And then just use... Yeah, this was stupid for me. Never mind. Let's move it back. Okay, something like that. And go to a frame that where we know that... Okay, yes, this one, this frame here. Wow. Okay, perfect. Then I have to move it something like that. I think that it's pretty. And let's move it to this point. Let's also rotate it a little bit, because I think that he actually does some kind of rotation, so we'll get also a little bit more of yeah, it won't be a perfect thing, but never mind. Yes, something like this. Okay, and the last one that we have. As you have not invested in Amplify Shader editor, do you see it as essential? Yes, I see it as essential because shader graph, one of the problems with shader graph is that shader graph is good, but you are limited to using it only in HDRP and URP. But with the with Amplify Shader, you can use all your shaders even in the standard pipeline. So, or if you're making some shaders for standard pipeline, as I have many shaders made in the past, I don't have to recreate them from scratch. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, we have this, and then I will be just setting up third rhyme. Okay, so also as this animation practically is no, it's not that one, this one. Okay. Also as this animation is somewhat starts from somewhere. Yeah, I will be trying to find some frame that is pretty nice. Okay, so we can see that it starts from here. So let's delete this keyframe, and then I will be just moving this object. No, let's see. No, we want. Okay, we need this frame probably, so, because I want it to be correctly positioned at this frame. So where it is. Okay, I can go here, and you can see that I have to rotate it a little bit, probably even a little bit down. Okay, but strange enough, my positioning and scaling was pretty okay, even the original. You see that it matches practically, scaling matches incredibly well, even if I didn't had any. Okay, so when it comes into a play, it's somewhere here, so we have to crop it and search for probably we don't see the tail, so I will be just moving it somewhere like this. Okay, I can just delete those first frames. Absolutely, I have to delete them. Yeah, so this one matches pretty well. And I know that here we can see in one place, you'll see skew. Let's turn off this skew. In one frame here in animation, we can just, okay, you can see this part that here, that it moves as I move this. So this is practically a start of a okay, this is the start of those wings somewhere there. Okay, let's just crop it. Yeah, we have to bring it more or less somewhere here. So in this way, as it moves, let me just check here, tack, yeah. As it moves, it will move correctly, as in the video. Okay, yeah. I would say that this is pretty nice for what I need. Another thing that I want to do right now is just to immediately match those colors without using Deckard, but just to match it here. Let's turn this off. Okay, we can, oh no, I should probably turn this off and just play it and see how it behaves. Oh my god, no, this wasn't okay. This movement here was okay, I'm missing, I think. Alright. No, it just doesn't work. Let me just check it out. So this was coming here, okay. Okay, because I'm missing the frame. I'm missing the last frame. Okay, so let's see where it has to go. Okay, this should be a last frame. So let's move this one where it was. And rotate it a little bit. Oh, it doesn't have to be so perfect, but I just control these curves if they are okay. I'm not sure, but never mind. Let's see. No, let's keep them like this. And let's just check animation without everything. Oh no, it's so ugly. It's so ugly. Okay, yeah, we'll be just doing this. Delete this keyframe and never mind. It should work. Perfect. Maybe I can just smooth it out. Yeah. Let me just check what this. Okay, so this should be. Oh, mine moves a little bit fast. So I will have, no, probably it's okay. The problem is here somewhere. I will just have to smooth it out. This thing here, position, okay, curves, and yeah, you can see it that it's not. Why does like this? Free smooth, okay, yeah. So move it. Let me just move it like this. This way I can smooth. Yeah. I have smoothed it out, and also this thing I need to smooth it out. Let me just check right now. Okay, perfect. This one worked perfectly well. So let's try right now to fix some issues here with colors. I will be changing here. You probably know before I was working with lift. Okay, so I will take this, and then I will need to put some tone, a bit of occlusion, just to. Okay, I will keep it like this, and then add some color. No, how it was temper. Where it is, lighting, post processing, white balance, yeah, temperature. So let's just bring it a little bit down, and tint, let's put it, oh, tint should be, stay here. So what I'm trying just to match it more. One of the first things that we should do is probably, yeah, let's see, this crop. Here. Of course, we don't have right now here background, correct? And also this blue, I don't like it. So let's change this glass material, where it was, and glass material. Just to match it. Yeah, this is matching. This is already matching somewhere. And just check out. Yeah, one of the things that I'm not pretty convinced right now here, because it looks like this this first one is like more, let me see, let's create one cube. Explain what I'm trying to do right now. I just want to block a little bit of the light about this, because it looks like this one is a little bit in the shadow. So if we put something there like this, like if it's, I don't know, it looks to me, it looks like you can see that yeah, it's more in the shadow. So yeah, I will be just putting this like this. And this way we can get some but not too much, like something like this. So if I only use HDRP, is Amplify worth buying? I think that it is, absolutely, because it's, I don't know, it's a really good product, and the support is great, and no. Okay, so let me see. This should be okay. One of the things that I want to do right now is, like, I have here sun and I have a little bit of sky and fog volume, ground tint, so I'll be dropping this a little bit down because I don't want it so hard. Okay. Of course, we had here some kind of light that I was putting. Yes. Okay. Area light. Let's try to turn it. Point. Let's set it to point. Then let's set it range to be a little bit more, and intensity bigger, and then radius. Yeah, I'm still not able to do to make those. Let's try to bring this intensity a little bit up and bring its color. Okay, yeah. So here we are matching much more those colors. I think, yeah, this absolutely needs those shadowing cube. Where it went, I'm not sure. You can see that this one is completely shadowed. So yeah, this is much better. Okay. So we can actually turn off all this thing. Yeah, we'll be adding. So let's turn rendering on, and okay, let's control Deckard view. What is going on here? Okay, so this is my rendering. I could probably add a little bit of yeah, let's try to render it. Okay, yeah, I didn't do one thing more that I wanted to do. Let's bring this down and just check it out, and then oh my god, I have closed my original, I think that no, nothing. I will be keeping it like this, and then rendering out and seeing what is actually going on. File, save it. I'm not sure, but right now, okay, because I have changed this behavior, I think that we should drop all the speeds of the rotors speed down to. Yeah, yesterday I have made few errors. I was calculating wrongly my rotor frequencies. So actually frequency that I said of something like 80 should be okay. So we have to drop that down. And I also added, to my thing. Let's try it like this. I have also added some this thing here that I wanted to mirror it. If from one side I wanted it to be a mirrored movement, because before it was like moving like one down, one up. Right now they're moving like this. Hi Moscow, it's nice to meet you here again. No problem, I'm always happy to help. It looks like they're moving still too fast. Now they're moving a little bit more linearly, but they have still some kind of smoothing. We will see the effect of this one. I'm not sure, I think that we have too much movement in those. Or maybe they just had to be brighter. I think that they have to be a little bit brighter. This month. I will be stopping with this rendering, so let's do it like this. Okay, so to make them a little bit, okay, maybe like this, so they will should point out. Let's also change this texture. Okay, levels. Okay. I think that if I make them a little bit brighter, they should look more correct. Smoothness, okay. Metallic, yeah. Unfortunately, we have those spheres that are there, but never mind. I could also bring this. Something like this. Let's try. Okay, so I think I will be rendering this out, and this will be finished for today because I have to finish today. Also checked your automotive video. Awesome work, man. Thank you, Moskowitz. Okay, yeah, right now we have much more. We can see it more. Yeah, so the color is probably the only thing that is problematic. Yeah, one of the things that I haven't checked out is maybe let's just check it out, because maybe I'm just moving those wings too much. Let's see how the original file is done. Yeah, I think it has less movement. Yeah, angle is smaller. Okay, so I will be then fixing also this issue by just selecting my rotors and then amplitude. Let's see, we have set here to 70. Let's set this to 10, to 10, to 10, and to instead of 10, and this way it should be. And yeah, I can also check here because right now I'm interpolating it to more sine interpolation. Let's keep it to something like 3, so that we maintain a little bit more of that sine movement. Okay, yeah, I think that this is correct. much better. And one other thing that I'm looking right now is probably my background is much more reddish than I need it. So let's bring this down to something like this, and bring also this rock down to something like, yeah, that should be much better. Okay. Let's render it out. I think that I will be posting this. Yeah, I will be rendering this out, and then I will be posting it somewhere on YouTube here. So you can see the result. Okay, thank you for watching, and yeah, check my YouTube later for result. Bye bye, and have a nice day, evening, or whatever. Bye. Okay.